There's old Neal in the living room of his fine ranchito house in Los Gatos, sitting over his chess set, pondering a problem. And right by the fresh wood fire in the fireplace, his wife set out because she knows I love fireplaces. She's a good friend of mine, too. It's about 11, and good old Neal shakes my hand again. Haven't seen him for several years. Because mainly he just spent 2 years in San Quentin on the stupid charge of possession of marijuana. He was on his way to work on the railroad one night and was short on time, and his driving license had already been revoked for speeding. So he saw two bearded blue jean beatniks parked. Well, I asked them to trade a quick ride to work at the railroad station for 2 sticks of tea. Well, they complied and arrested him. They were disguised policemen. And for this great crime, he spent 2 years in San Quentin in the same cell with a murderous gunman. And his job was sweeping out the cotton mill room. Oh, I expect him to be all bitter out of his head because of this, but strangely, he's become quieter, more radiant, more patient, manly, more friendly, even. And all the wild frenzies of his old road days with me banked down. He still has that same taut, eager face. Looks like he's ready to go anytime. But he actually loves his home, loves his wife, in a way, though he fights some. Loves his kids. There's old Neal sitting over his chess set, wants immediately to challenge somebody to a chess game, but only has an hour to talk to us before he has to go to work, supporting the family by rushing out, pushing his Nash Rambler down the quiet suburb street, jumping in, starting the motor. You know, his only complaint is that the Nash won't start. How to push. No bitter complaints about society, whatever, from this grand and ideal man who really loves me, as if I deserved it. But I can see in Neal's eyes, yeah, I can see in my own eyes the regret we both feel that recently we haven't had chances to talk like we used to do, driving across America in the old road days. Now the circles closed in on the old heroes of the night. But he says, however, you guys, come on down around about 1 after the boss leaves. Watch me work. Keep me company a while before you go back to the city. I can see Dave Wayne loves him at once, and let's come along on this trip just to meet the fabled Dean Moriarty, the name I give Neal and on the road. Oh, it breaks my heart to see that Neal lost his beloved job on the railroad. Now is reduced to a tire recapping and parole visits, all for 2 sticks of wild loco weed. Above the bookshelf. Ah, an old photo. Me and Neal, arm in arm. In the early days. And then Neal ponders a chess problem and says, Drinking again, eh? Well, if there's anything he hates, is to see me drink. So we help him push the dash down the street and drink a while. And I talked to Carolyn, Neal's wife. Beautiful blonde woman. She's got her mind on other things, taking care of the children. So we all yak and yell like fools to impress her. But all she really wants is to be alone with me to talk about Neal. So we do go out to the San Jose highway to see Neal recap tires. There he is, wearing goggles and working like Vulcan at his forge, throwing tires all over the place with fantastic strength. The good ones high up on the pile. Oh, this one's no good. Down on another bing bang, talking all the time. A fantastic lecture on tire recapping, which has us marvel at the beast. My God, he can do all that and even explain while he's doing it. Well, expecting to see a bitter ex-con, we see instead a martyr of the American night in goggles, making fellows laugh with joy with his funny explanations, yet at the same time to a T, performing every bit of work he's being paid for. So we drive back to the city and go to the Mad Boarding House to drink some more. And I pass out, dead drunk, on the floor. Waking up in the morning, groaning. Oh. And then a call comes from Neal in Los Gatos that he lost his job tire recapping because we were there last night. No, something entirely different. He's got to lay off some men because his mortgage is bleeding him. So, man, I got to find another job, but I have to pay the rent. Everything's all fucked up down here. Oh, buddy. How about lend me $100? Will you? Oh my God, Neal, I'll be right down. Give you $100. You need to really do that? Listen, just the lend me is good enough. But if you insist, okay, I'll pay the rent with it right away. And because this is now Friday, well, I don't have to be looking for a job until next Monday. You can stay here. We'll have a long weekend, just goofing and talking like we used to do. Yeah. I can demolish you in chess. And we can sneak into the city to see my pretty baby. So I asked Dave Wayne. Well, he's ready to go anytime. So off we go again. Oh, and on the way, suddenly comes to me, Dave and me and Neal to go to Ferlinghetti's cabin, the Big Sur, and spend a big crazy weekend. Oh, we'll catch McClure and Santa Cruz. Go visit Henry Miller. And suddenly another big, huge ball is begun. And we go blatting again down the Bayshore Highway to see old Neal. Coming to Neal's mid-afternoon. House is already filled with visitors. All kinds of people. The phone there ringing continually. And then Neal says to Carolyn, I'll just spend a couple of days with Jack and the gang, like the old days. I'll look for a job on Monday. Okay. So we all go to a wonderful pizza restaurant in Los Gatos. I cash the traveler's check at the supermarket. Neal takes the 100 in cash, gives it to Carolyn at the restaurant, and later that day we resume down to Monterey. Neal's never seen this country before. Oh, he's an old Californian by now. I can see he's very impressed and even glad he's come out on this little jaunt with the boys, with me, and seeing a grand sight. He's just like a little boy again. For the first time in years, he's like let out of school, no job, bills paid, nothing to do but gratefully amuse me. His eyes are shining. In fact, ever since he's come out of San Quentin, there's been something hauntingly boyish about him, as though prison walls have taken all the adult dark tenseness out of him. Of course, it's always good to get away from alcohol and excessive smoking for 2 years and all that regular sleep. Just like a kid again. I'll be damned. Oh, I'll be damned. He keeps saying when he sees those bluffs and cliffs, hanging vines, dead trees. Jack, you mean to tell me you've been alone here for 3 weeks? I wouldn't dare that. Must be awful at night. Take the redwood. Ah, reminds me of old Colorado. My God, when I used to steal a car every day and drive out to hills like this with a fresh little high school something